Assalamu alaikum. Bonjour, Professor. Another Watatua Arenas. I'm not Chinese race. I'm not the Roman race. Thank you for your coming. I'm PhD student. Please pay attention at the 7 points. Introduction, state of the art, and the field of research. I will plan the methodology of research, discussion and results, and comparison, conclusion, contribution, and future direction of research. About my biography, I'm graduate, worked up to 20 to 50 master's degree. Now I'm working for the interdisciplinary doctoral school of Transylvania University of Warsaw, the Faculty of the Technology, Engineering and Industry Management, and the Faculty of Electrical Engineering and Computer Science. I'm the student who was selected for Erasmus Mobility too. Until now, I completed 12 articles and I'm successful for international conference. My 2024 publication list and scientific journal index ISI Web of Science.os are updated. The first one is Korean Information Processing Society ASK KIP as Seoul National University of World's 29th ranking. The latest one is always the technique for BCH coding algorithm and the current code probability. My article was elected for 9th International Congress on Information and Communication Technique ICT 2024 United Kingdom. Now I will show you my publication certificates to prove my high reputation. Now I'm successful for 1234 International Conference. Romanian Air Forces, Polish Army, were ranking 29, Seoul National University, and ICT in United Kingdom. Let's get started my topic, through energy and the utilization of the Internet of Things. I worry about my time out, so I jump to conclusion. Conclusion is that the distant energy, the executive arrangement associated with board and topographical convey local phase concern as to energy utilization and extended energy impression because of the absence of the control and checking of energy used to better detail in every one of the levels. Applying the IoT, huge information and examination in brilliant energy arrangements, we can swing ongoing power utilization with a goal to get energy. The executive prioritized ready framework. An unwilling model is the TCS distant edge, the board arrangement IEMS. It is a true versatile examination drive energy checking and the executive arrangement the systems associates with advancing the energy using and upgrade their efficiency in terms of the offices. It gives companies the possibility to associate on the energy consumption. REMS have been sent in TCS in more than 100 of these offices which have an excess of 280,000 workers across more than 30 million square feet is impulse non-stop observing of energy utilization TCS associate universe stage, and IoT-based stage fits in as the spine to the ends of four of the seed data from discrete sources like sensor, metering, gadgets, etc. Over various correspondence conventions, RTM has empowered TCS a sustainability vision to guarantee proceeded with business development with commensurate expansion in the associated power utilization. The IoT application is backed above give comprehension and broadness and profundity of the IoT true complexity and relevance. What invite by find out about these applications can investigate the accessible information and the item or administration hand out from the super layer. So right now I will show you some IoT and services. So about the IoT, we must talk about the smart city. Smart city. Before we talk about smart city, we must talk about some IoT services and products. Grow is the brilliant energy tracker that assists the clients with understanding how their homes are absorbing energy. This brilliant gadget has magnetic resisted detecting innovation and the sensor remotely gauge the home's electric utilization. The deliberate data is shipped off and in-home presentation. You need data change turn with the home's energy utilization. The core stage structure application gives home energy utilization data that can be gotten to in a hurry. No disruption of the strain utilization can be run on the Shine application to forestall superfluous energy wastage and set aside cash. So when we talk about the smart city, until now, we will talk about the smart city, such like the San Diego or the Ciudad de la Copa, Brazil, Latin America. So such like IoT engage clever energy the chief and expanded city. Green but white gauge energy costs for the flowing beer in line that of current utilization. So the Ciudad de la Copa or San Diego to convey words the smart city space the web of things. Yes, they talk about now we talk about the smart city Ciudad de la Copa, Brazil, Latin America, or San Diego. To convey words the biggest city space the web of things foundation utilizing saving 3 lamps on 22 February 2024. So if we talk about the smart city, the most important thing is the through energy. So according to through energy, I will show you some important concepts such like the Shine saving energy, which based on GPS backup. Brilliant energy drives through urban area. The second show city of San Diego has the united with the GE for overhauling its 3 lamps as components of the change drive to decrease the energy cost and to incorporate the 3 lamps with an associated computerized network. According to the electric vehicle or some sensor services, we must talk about all of the gadgets. So around the 3,000 saving sensor will be conveyed in the city to make this computerized network. Brazil or span. They will show you a lot of the brilliant city, a lot of small cities has sent around 19,000 saving energy meters and in excess of the 1,100 drops 3 lamps with the embedded sensor to screen climate and traffic. SIARQ, a Catalonian organization, has executed through some Orient 3 lamps in Spain that has a zero discharge, and Brazil has a zero discharge, so they can save all the energy. Furthermore, it can consolidate different through city sensors according to the need of the metropolitan climate to make a clean, catchable, and data standard. Comparative drives are likewise being executed in all green urban communities across the globe for cleaner and greener living experience. So Spain, Brazil, to convey the biggest talk about the web thing, Internet thing, with all the based on the energy. So the most important thing is smart energy. So I will show you a lot of example. So because we come from the Japan and South Korea. Japan and South Korea are advanced country. So we have the smart city. We have advanced technology for more than 10 years. So until now, we will show you a lot of examples that improve your high quality life. For example, Eco B. For example, Eco B has fostered the cutting edge through Wi-Fi civil state, which is the voice empowers work and fulfill voice innovation and Amazon Alexa voice administration. It has the Lun sensor to oversee hot and cold spots. By a straightforward voice order like Alexa, I'm away, the client can bring down the room temperature for energy investment funds that can control all the temperature. So everybody, if you use your voice control the services, it could be you just say Alexa, I'm away, and all the client can bring down the room temperature. You can control your temperature. If you want to enjoy if you feel cold, you can control temperature according to this product. So and the way of the putting this spinning gas in a moon, it processes the temperature of the moon and distinguish its inhabitants. It can change the room temperature with the absolute sand hand control. The Eco-B verified application change temperature and the Solan setting on Android and iOS gas. It additionally creates energy investigates the utilization subtleties and give data on warming and cooling for well. The home gaming thermostat from Google utilizing selected programming calculation to naturally bring down cooling costs by a closing of the browser with the impeccable timing. It likewise knows data about a client's home similar to how long it requires to heat up, how to make it warming, how to make its cooling framework more proficient as the weather condition change. Yes, until now I show you a lot of advanced technology. Talk about the smart city through energy. We will talk about a lot of IoT, which based on the blockchain, and we will use the Android, iOS, the gadgets, and improving your high quality. But we must talk about change and consideration. The use of the semi-method is the equipment, as these the gadgets can gauge the utilization of power in the home and show it with the charging some and a seminaire09 or application-based dashboard. The brilliant map can naturally send its products into the energy provider for precise charging, eliminating assessment-based charging. So we will talk about the smart meter. Smart meter. Utilizing brilliant matter, the client gauge energy, the utilization we boost and close to constant alongside separate of the size of utilization by hour, week, and month with comparing cost. So it likewise assists the clients with contrasting their energy utilization and the comparable households in their district. So we will talk about the future. What's the future of the Internet of Things? What's the future of the IoT? We must the control of the trends. So the problem is the electric lattice. The problem is the electric lines, including substation, transformer, transmission, organization, and matters, have been digitized and changed into the brilliant framework. So as per Global Energy Office, through metric is the power network that utilizes the computerized and cutting-edge innovation to bring and deal with the vehicle. A power from old age sources to fulfill the change power needs of a client. So saving lattices the coordinate the requirement and the complexity of generator, metric administrator and the clients and power market partner to work out pieces of the framework as effectively as could really be expected, limiting expenses and ecological effects. So restricting costs and reduce the effects of while impacting system standing quality, strength and stability with a brilliant framework, we can have a strong information about the value of power created, consumed, requesting and accessible to assist with the data goals, making arrangement for creation and convey as displayed it in. So in utilization sense, data and innovation and two ways a correspondence between the utilization superly and the sharper applying highlights of brilliant metrics and using knowledge, robotization and control. The through network will empower enormous scope combination of environmental friendly power framework, continuous tracking the network activity and execution, increase the proficient, increase site administration. So diminish energy wastage. So we must save energy. You know why I say do not waste energy. Save. And early admonition of power outage. As the world moves to a kind of electric vehicles and saving urban community, brilliant framework will assume a pivotal part in empowering influence of this change. According to the Frost Julian, the worldwide through network industry will develop to 112.7 billion in 2025. BBC the fact of the power in through lattices across the globe. With saving from works, we can change the old-fashioned electric metric foundation into a digitized variant that is more solid, accessible, and proficient. The Public Authority of India has studied brilliant framework pilot project nation over to give direct advantage to by through ongoing checking energy utilization, robotized backup, the executive quicker rebuilding further develop dependability and better nature of the electric power, ending to the financial and natural well-being. Now I complete my presentation. Thank you for your coming and listening. Thank you for publishing my paper on your journal. Thank you for your conference certificate. Assalamualaikum. Shukran Newsland. Thank you everybody. Thank you everybody. Merci beaucoup.
Wa alaikum salam. Thank you, Miss Wong. Thank you, Miss Wong, for your online presentation about the use of IoT in our life. Following the time constraint, we will take one or two questions from the assistants. Est-ce que vous avez des questions?
Thank you very much for your
Good.
Professor.
Okay, no problem. Okay. So Professor Woodlow Singh from University of Gelma. Actually, Hello. So I attend your presentation and you are talking...
Loudly.
Okay.
Loudly.
You are talking about Internet of Things, right? So...
Yes,
Right, good. So,
I'm talking about IoT,
Yeah.
Internet of Things.
Actually, I'm expecting more, from you, just you focus on the fact that this international conference is on material engineering and renewable energy, right? Therefore, if you want to talk about the Internet of Things, it's really a very large domains with several applications and so on. So from the topic, or the two topics,
Thank you.
okay, the two topics of the university, I was expecting from you that you show us a concrete presentation of Internet of Things applied, for example, to the energy efficiencies, for example, in buildings, okay, for example, and from this kind of presentation, people who are not knowledgeable in this topic, like you, who are attending this conference, will at least can grasp some ideas about how this Internet of Things is applied in a specific energy domain in order to improve the energy efficiencies. But now if we talk about cars, hospital, so people will be very confused. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Just an advice.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Wadan. Shukran. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.
Another questions, please.
السلام عليكم رياض الو رياض
السلام عليكم.
السلام ورحمه الله وبركاته. شويك رياض؟
صباح الحمد لله وشاك بس.
الحمد لله مرحبا بك.
تعطيك بيزير.
Donc, je vais vous présenter l'intervention du professeur Khattab Riyad, qui était membre de notre laboratoire de recherche à l'université de Guelma et actuellement il est à l'université de Québec à Trois-Rivières, Canada. Donc il travaille beaucoup sur les processus les procédés d'usinage et dans les matériaux, différents domaines. Il va nous présenter aujourd'hui une conférence intitulée Hot Cracking During Welding Process with Wrought Aluminium Alloy.
Ok, alright.
10 à 15 minutes là pour nous présenter votre communication. Merci. 45 minutes. S'il te plaît, je m'excuse. 45 minutes.
Okay.
Allez-y.
So, thank you, Chairman. So, I just had the presentation. So, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. So I present today we discuss just a review of hot cracking during welding processing of rough aluminum alloys. So welding became essential in the industrial world. The requirement of the quality is very important and very strict. So just we know many process of processing of welding, and the control is perfect. But just to discuss today a little bit review of hot cracking, so just theory, criteria, otherwise. So we began just showing the welding defect. So we have porosity, spatter, slag, inclusion, complete fusion, and complete penetration, undercutting, underfilling, inclusion, laminar tear, and the cracks. So what is the crack? Crack in welding on the other world is a line on the surface of metal or welding region along which it has split without breaking into separate parts. So we can find the cracks in many regions of the welding joint, like just cutter, longitudinal, transversal, underbed, and has hit affected the zone, fusion line. The cracks can divide the cracks on the two categories, hot cracks and cold cracks. We focus today just on hot cracks, when the hot cracks is divided also by two main categories, certification cracking or application cracking or phenomenal application cracking. So just remember that the cracking, the cold cracking, is also called as hydrogen-induced cracking, so HIC, or blade cracking, particularly occurring in high-strength steel and aluminum alloys. The reason of cold cracking is mainly the large difference in the hydrogen solubility at high and low temperature. We can show 0.69 centimeter cube by 100 grams in the liquefied liquid state, so in the high temperature, versus 36 centimeter square cube by 100 gas in the solid state, so in the low temperature and the room temperature. And also, the third case is the easy diffusion of the hydrogen in the structure at low temperature. So the hydrogen became just without attraction with the metal phase, and can be diffused and causing cracks, initiation of crack propagation and breaking after. We can see here that porosity and different pocket of the gas, like hydrogen pocket. So let's go to the hot cracking. So the two main of the class of hot cracking is solidification cracking and leachation cracking. So solidification cracking occur in weld metal when the metal is hot just below the solidus temperature of the metal. It shows the temper, color, and the inner surface of cracks. This is due to the formation of side films after the initiation of hot cracks. The factor promotes the solidification cracking, we have meaning. So we can start with the solidification structure. This is the main important reason to start with solidification. This solidification structure is the size of a grain. So the coarse grain structure obtained in high speed weld or other way to obtain coarse grain or large size of grain tend to be weaker in their stress than finer grain structure of the slow speed weld. So we prefer to have coarse grain just for the reason to be in the perfect condition to avoid hot cracking. The second way is segregation, particularly of the element, partitioning of element or separation of element during the initial stage of solidification, mostly segregated elements. For example, in steel, there are sulfur, oxygen, boron, titanium, nitrogen, and for aluminum alloys, we have the two main elements are the copper and magnesium element. High residual stress. So during welding, metal is expanded and base metal opposite. Due to that crack is produced became a scissor action or a shear stress of expanding and contracting of metal. Also, we can add width to the depth ratio. So the width of the depth ratio will not be exceed 2/3. If it exceeds this limit, we can have the problem and the hot cracking could be formed. Why? So we explain why. In case the depth of the weld base is much greater than the weld width, the surface of weld may freeze before welding finish and can be fused like a difference in two stages. When this happens, the shrinkage force acts on the weld zone and it leads to cracking easily. Also well bed shape. So the shape of well bed or fusion bed is very important just to it can be affected the penetration in the base metal compared in different situations. So the concave filled world have less penetration in base metal compared to convex filled world. This can be help also to estimate the ratio. So we are arriving to lecation cracks or lecation phenomena. Lecation cracks occur in heat-affected zone, so HAZ, mainly when a process gives high heat input such as electroslide, submerged arc welding, or other weld techniques such as gas tungsten arc welding. It is a cure in aluminum alloys 5000 series having low ratio of magnesium settled in the grain boundaries. The grain boundary is not in the grain structure, so just in grain boundaries. We have this problem with magnesium and copper. So we present today just magnesium. So the liquefaction phenomenon is caused by the presence of segregated eutectic compounds at the grain boundaries and whose melting temperature is relatively low compared to the grain temperature melting. So we present here the example of the 5000 series. We have just here the in gas tungsten arc welding of 6061 T6 without filler metal. And here, well, the gas tungsten arc welding with the autogeneous welding of the same aluminum alloy 6061 E6. Just right, and the graphic has here. We have the sensibility or the ability of hot cracking within the percentage of magnesium. So the ratio of magnesium when it is very low, that's in this zone, we can have easily hot cracking, but when the ratio of magnesium with aluminum is very high, we can avoid the hot cracking. Also, the material thickness. The material thickness is very important. We can take this in the account. If this material thickness increase, the cracking tendency is also increased. And this for hot cracking or cold cracking, the same thing. When the thickness is increased, the same thing, we can obtain the crack easily. Here we have the we show the grain strain can be applied on the material. In the black zone here, we have the grain boundaries and the carbon segregated in this zone. So in the grain boundaries can be produced the hot cracking just when the melting temperature is low compared to the melting temperature to grain. We have here, we select the zone the fusion boundaries zone. Just here we can occur the hot cracking by elevation. So the parent material or base material is here, and there is deposit material or filler material. Hot cracking in aluminum alloys and aluminum magnesium alloys, where we take just the example of 5,000 series alloys with low magnesium content, 0.5 to 2.5% of magnesium, have a high tendency to crack. For welding this series of alloys, rich of magnesium with controlled dilution are recommended to avoid hot cracking. So we have to just enhance and increase the ratio of magnesium alloy in order to avoid the hot cracking. Autogeneous welding of these alloys should be avoided. It's not recommended. Likewise, 1,000 series filler metals cannot be used to weld these alloys. Why? Because 1,000 series is 0% of magnesium or other alloy elements. So, and the opposite situation is not recommended also. Why? It's due to the effect of dilution, which reduce the level of magnesium in the joint. So in the end, we have filler metals for working hardening alloys. That's for aluminum alloys. So this tab. We have metal, the base metal, and filler metal, the combination with the two metals recommendation. So for 1,000, we can use it for the filler metals, 1,000 and 4,000. For the base metal, the 3,000, we have 1,000 and 4,000. And especially for 5,000, we have two situations, low magnesium and high magnesium. For low magnesium, we can use for filler metals 4,000 or 5,000, like homogeneous. But for high magnesium alloy, we use just 5,000, 4,000, but with high silicium alloy. Why high silicium alloy? To increase just the ratio of magnesium in the joint welded. So I've got bibliography here. So handbook, the AFM, donc welding, brazing, and soldering, or technical engineering. So thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Professor Khattabi, for your nice presentation. I'm Sherif Hussein. Maybe you forget my name, but
Yes.
anyway. So maybe we are now. We pass directly to questions.
I don't hear you well.
Yeah.
J'entends pas très bien.
Questions? It's okay? Did
Oui,
you?
ça va.
Okay. So now we shift directly to the audience. If someone has question to ask you about your research.
Okay.
Thank you, Riyad. Okay. Question. Anyone?
Sherif,
Yes. Inshallah, كده بس. Inshallah.
So no questions?
I'm waiting, like you, for anyone who raise his hand, for example, I don't know. If there is no question, personally, I'm not specialist, of course, in this topic, but I'm really want to understand your method to, how to say, to assess what kind of main parameters affecting the hot cracking. What I understood in your presentation, it's kind of, how to say, it's mainly based on experimental measurements. There is no model including these parameters that we can use actually to understand the physical phenomena. So, for example, in your last slides, we saw tables with, you said, for example, 1,000, and then 5,000 is okay, 4,000 if it's high, if it's low. So, did you? Did you?
The recommendation for filler?
Yeah. No, my question is, after these experimental studies, it's very important actually. Did you think about proposing any model for this hot cracking? In this model, we can find every important parameter. So, because it's very important that we need to optimize. And do you have any, or did you already propose any model in this regard? Thank you, Riyad.
I didn't hear exactly because the quality of.
Okay. So your research is
I
okay.
tried to explain.
Okay.
If I understand.
Riyad, did you hear me? It's okay now? It's okay? Did you hear me?
Yeah.
No? Okay. So I understood from your presentation that your main research is experimental one.
Okay.
Right? So experimental means it's important, of course. Everybody understands. But it means it's time consuming, and also it needs a lot of money, because we have to check every time a kind of combination of different parameters. So from your previous experimental research, have you proposed any model that can explain the phenomena, and of course from this a kind of optimization?
Okay, thank you.
That's my question.
So the situation is very complicated welding. Hot cracking is not very well studied before. Just we have that technical